Bowls buddies, hello and welcome to another glorious Monday. The sun is streaming in through the blinds, and welcome to another look back through the Bowlers World archives. And if you remember, last week we looked at February 2000, and on the front page there was a mystery man about to spill the beans in an interview with Mike Wakelam. So I thought we'd look at the March 2000 issue where all will be revealed. But first, guys, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, and if you're not already a Bowls buddy and a member of this wonderful community of ours, please hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free of charge, and don't forget, hit the notification bell for notifications of new content on the channel, which is now 4 times a week. So I'm using the paper copy that Joyce Jones lent me. I've not got my scanner fixed yet. I'm waiting for a new one to be delivered. They are so unbelievably expensive. Not your problem. So if you remember, there was the headline was "Game and a Watershed," and it was basically highlighting what was coming the following month. And now we're at the following month, and again the headline on the front page is "Game at a Watershed," and the guy who's speaking his mind and voicing his concerns about the game was President of Staffordshire County Bowling Association, also a member of the BCGBA Management Committee and the ruling body's Finance Committee, and that man is Mr. Clive Pitaway, who I actually played in a county game just before this. And he sets, it's actually the main bulk of the article is on page 3, and again, try not to rip it, Joyce. And he breaks it down into various parts. He's got the grassroots game, county and competition bowls, development, greens, league fixture congestion, county matches, competitions, and then development again. And some of the things he says are just as true now, which is absolutely depressing if you think about it. You know, 21 years ago, this was written, and very little of what he says has actually changed. Let's pick out a few bits and pieces. Development, here we go. Historically, says Clive, the majority of people taking up the game did so because a relative had already played. Today, with the decline in the size of families and the numerous diverse opportunities available to people to try other more glamorous sports and pastimes, numbers taking up the game are on the decline. Therefore, we must strive to offer as many people as possible the chance to try the sport and remove some of the old-fashioned and outdated ideas. Let's have a look. He goes on to say, we need to try and give everyone an opportunity to try the sport. This means organising road shows and seminars, talking to the decision makers at schools, colleges and councils to offer coaching and open days for the young during school holidays, the unemployed, the elderly, families, the disabled and any other groups we feel could benefit. It's like a broken record, really, isn't it? And in the 21 years since this was written, how many road shows, open days have we seen? Not many at all. However, what has to be recognised, says Clive, is that these people work from 9 to 5, and if you want to influence them, it's no good trying to do this on a part-time basis. Clive feels that a full-time, properly paid chief executive is required to coordinate all aspects of the game, including development strategy. And again, that's something that I've said many a time, that you pay peanuts, unfortunately you get monkeys, and if you know, we need to be paying the people who are asking to do the difficult jobs. We need to pay them properly, and for me that's where an annual fee comes in, it'll go towards paying a proper remuneration for a proper job. Unfortunately, we're relying on retired, semi-retired people working for expenses, which it's not gonna go anywhere like that, in my opinion. Under the county matches section, really good idea, I think, here. He feels that the competition needs revamping and suggests play all the qualifying rounds on one day at one 2-green venue in a county neutral to the 4 counties in that group. The first round to be 24-a-side straight knockout played totally on one of those 2 greens. The winning teams to take part in round 2 when the match is played on the 2 greens at the same time, with 12 players from each team competing on each green. The winner of this match qualifies for the final day. 4 group qualifiers compete in a neutral county on the same basis as above, with the eventual winner holding the Crossville Cup or Junior Championship. His reasons for this are saving on travelling costs, which is even more apt nowadays, and catering. The club that's holding it would make a few quid doing it, and they'd probably actually want it. The reduction in days for each competition from the current 5 Sundays to 2. A better spectacle for both players and supporters, giving a chance and opportunity to attract sponsors to a festival of bowls, and it would enable a county like the Isle of Man to enter, as the cost of travel would be restricted to 1 or 2 days. And I know that the Isle of Man came into the county championship, but again, unfortunately, costs prohibitive. They lost the sponsor, no longer could we get the plane flights over there, and unfortunately they've had to pull out again. So it's actually, what he's written is absolutely spot on. It's as spot on then as it is now, and it is such a worry, really, reading this. It could have been written yesterday rather than 21 years ago. On the subject of competitions, he says, Clive feels that the congested fixture list at certain times of the year dramatically affects entries, and the suggestions already outlined may well assist this situation. It is not always the amount of prize money that determines the number of entries. Well-run competitions always seem to attract full entries. Absolutely right in that respect. He talks about league fixture congestions. He talks about greens being under threat, and how the BCGBA should be liaising with the Sports Council and the Sports Lottery grant people to try and get the funds together to save greens, and really good stuff. Can't disagree with any of what he said, and unfortunately it just didn't change, and we are where we are. And to be honest with you, there were just a lot of reports about winter bowling, competitions that were coming up. Not a lot else of interest, really. There was a little piece about Yorkshire losing 3 characters, and unfortunately Michael Jagger passed away at the age of 56. He was Waterloo winner in '98, I think, the year after me, and he'd been suffering with motor neurone disease. And then, of course, Stuart Richardson, well-known Huddersfield character, bowler, organiser, president. He did nearly every job, I think, for Yorkshire County. He passed away as well at the age of 63. So no age at all, really. And then there was also Jeff Watson, who was a photographer for the Bowler's World, who passed away. So sad news there, really. Don't like reading sad news, it upsets me. But apart from that, not a lot else in this month. But I just wanted to cover that Game of the Watershed interview. I thought it was important, and I thought it was the right thing to do. So, a bit short this week, sorry. Getting ahead of myself. But it is what it is. I'll do another one from a different year in March. I'll probably go back to the 80s, where the game was booming and money was coming into the sport left, right and centre. Seems a long time ago now. So I'll leave it there, guys. I'd love it if you could join me on Wednesday, where I'll update you about the equipment pool, plus a few other bits and pieces. Plenty to talk about on Wednesday. It should be a good one. So please join me then. Until then, stay safe, put your mask on and all that nonsense. Hopefully you'll all get your jabs sooner or later, and we'll be back on the bowling green by the end of April, possibly May. It'll just be good to get out and about again. So join me then, guys. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.